This is Kyiv's Independence Square. It continues to burn tonight after what was a brutal night. More than 20 people were killed. Many of them died of gunshot wounds. And though the violence did subside a little bit today, thousands of protesters are holding their ground. Good evening and thanks for joining us. As the world urges restraint, they are bracing for more violence in Kyiv, with hints Ukraine's president could call in the army. Though tonight there is a glimmer of hope and talk of a truce. Our report is from Mike Drolet.
Ukrainian officials had boasted they could take Kyiv's protester-occupied main square in 3 hours. In a fiery overnight battle, the 1,000-strong police force was pushed back. A major victory for protesters, but oh, what a price. Dozens dead, almost 250 injured. It's a battle pitting bullets against rocks, armored vehicles against fireworks. Yet so determined are protesters to take down Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych, they've resorted to setting fire to the streets.
There are people chipping away at the cobblestones in the ground, the pavement on the sidewalk, and they're being transferred hand by hand in a conveyor belt sort of fashion up to the front line.
Injured protesters took shelter wherever they could in newly occupied buildings, cathedrals, and the lobby of Canada's embassy, which Ottawa has shut down, yet continues to shelter demonstrators.
The Embassy of Canada in Kyiv is closed until further notice for security reasons.
Late today, Yanukovych announced a truce had been reached to end the fighting. However, we've seen progress end in failure before. Truce is a positive step, but a negotiated end is a long ways off.
The crisis is extremely bad in that the amount of blood that's been shed and the actions of the government mean that it's almost impossible to conceive of how the opposition, the protesters, and much of Ukraine can never come to an accommodation with Yanukovych, the forces around him.
The battle has left Kyiv looking like a war zone. It's a terrifying scene, an unimaginable situation. Yet the anti-government numbers are growing by the day. They're not calling it a civil war yet, but some on the front lines have stopped calling them protests.
This is the last war. This is the last chance for us. If now we will fall down, everything will be broken.
Mike Drolet, Global News.